You know that calendar hanging on your wall, the one that tells you exactly how old you are? Well, what if I told you that deep inside your cells, there's a hidden clock ticking away at a completely different speed? It's true. Research shows that our outward appearance can be super deceiving. I mean, we've all seen people who effortlessly look 10 years younger, or, those whose external features make them look a bit older than they actually are. But honestly, that superficial surface level aging is absolutely nothing compared to the silent, invisible aging happening deep inside trillions of your cells every single second. The real mystery isn't how many birthdays you've celebrated, it's whether your internal systems are aging faster or maybe even slower than your calendar suggests. So let's figure out exactly how that works in this explainer. Here is our roadmap for today. We're going to compare calendar versus cell age, try out some home physical tests, decode with DNA, explore AI and wearable tech, get the scientific verdict, and finally look at actually reversing aging. All right, let's jump straight into part one, calendar age versus cell age, the hidden clock. Okay, let's establish the absolute fundamental difference between the years you've lived and how fast your body is actually breaking down. The crucial point here is that chronological age is just a measure of time, right? It's strictly tied to how many times the Earth has orbited the sun since you were born. That number is completely out of your control, and it literally only ever ticks upward. Your biological age, though, that is a completely different story. It represents the speed at which your cells are actually accumulating wear and tear. And fascinatingly, because it's tied to cellular health rather than, planetary physics, this number can actually go down. You basically have a biological reverse button. With the right lifestyle tweaks, a person could be celebrating their 50th birthday chronologically, but inside, they're rocking the vibrant, highly efficient cells of a 40-year-old. It's a total game changer for how we think about getting older. Moving on to Section 2, Home Physical Tests, Assessing the Damage. So let's see how this concept translates into something you can test right now. You don't always need a $1 million lab to start understanding your biological clock. You can assess your cellular aging right from your living room. You could test your brain agility by quickly counting backwards, or in this case, test your skin's elasticity. We're going to check your collagen, which is basically the microscopic cellular scaffolding, or the rubber bands, keeping your skin plump. Let's actually make this interactive. Try the skin pinch test right now to see how much sun, wind, and time have degraded those internal rubber bands. Step 1, place your hand flat on a table. Step 2, pinch the skin on the back of your hand. Step 3, hold that pinch for exactly 1 minute. I'll give you a second to imagine doing this, or hey, try it yourself. And finally, Step 4, release the skin and time exactly how long it takes for it to snap fully back to normal. The results of this simple test are instantly revealing. If your skin snaps back in under a second, boom, congratulations. Your collagen is robust and you can practically subtract 3 years from your biological age estimate. But if it takes 11 to 13 seconds, well, your cellular tissues have lost some serious elasticity and you've got to add 3 years to your chronological age. Now, listen, if yours took 13 seconds, do not panic just yet. This is just a crude surface level test. It's not a medical diagnosis by any means. It's just a really visual, practical way to see exactly how your body's physical scaffolding is holding up against the clock. All right, let's get a bit more scientific in Section 3, Decoding with DNA, the microscopic secret. Let's move deeper than the skin and step from your living room into the modern labs of epigenetics. If DNA is the fixed hardware of your body, epigenetics is the dynamic software that tells your DNA hardware exactly what to do over time. And you might be shocked to learn that a crazy variety of everyday items contain the golden key to this software. We're not just talking about a clinical mouth swab or a drop of blood. Literally, a piece of chewed gum or a used toothbrush scrapes off enough microscopic cheek cells to give researchers ample material to map your biological lifespan. And of course, stem cell-rich sources like a baby's umbilical cord offer an absolutely pristine baseline of cellular age. The process of analyzing these samples has gotten incredibly refined. Using a simple, sterile 5-step home kit sent to an ISO-certified lab, you can get highly accurate microscopic biological age results returned to you in just 2 to 3 days. But here is the critical distinction. These advanced labs aren't just looking at your raw DNA to see if you have a gene for, say, curly hair. They are specifically looking at DNA methylation. They are hunting for the microscopic wear and tear literally sitting on top of your genome, analyzing how your daily lifestyle has physically degraded or protected your cellular software over time. Which brings us to Section 4, AI and wearable tech, the digital era of aging. Moving past physical samples, we're entering a totally new frontier where artificial intelligence and wearables track your biological clock constantly instead of just taking a single one-off measurement. We have a vast digital ecosystem at our fingertips today. Tools like the SuperAge app act like a virtual doctor right in your pocket. It pulls massive data sets from your health apps and smartwatches, tracking your sleep recovery, your daily steps, your cardiovascular VO2 max, which is just how efficiently your body uses oxygen during a workout. It feeds all of this into a super smart algorithm that continuously updates your biological age in real time. We're talking 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And honestly, the tech gets even crazier from there. AI is now so incredibly powerful that you can simply upload a standard PDF of a routine blood test from your local clinic. Within seconds, the AI automatically extracts standard markers for things like cholesterol, glucose, and inflammation. By doing this, the AI spots invisible, complex patterns that a human doctor might completely overlook during a quick 15-minute physical. It uses these hidden patterns to instantly calculate exactly how fast your internal organs, your kidneys, your liver, your heart, are individually aging. But hold on a second. Section 5, the scientific verdict. Time for a reality check. With all this incredible high-tech tracking, we really do have to step back, throw a bit of cold water on the hype, and ask, what does the actual medical community think about these consumer tests? True, peak scientific measurement of biological age in a clinical setting is agonizingly complex. To get an absolutely perfect read, scientists have to look way past superficial signs or fitness tracker data. They have to analyze the chemical changes on exactly 1,030 different DNA markers. Think of these markers as millions of tiny chemical light switches scattered across your genes. Just hearing that massive number, 1,030 distinct biological checkpoints, shows you how staggeringly difficult this evaluation really is when done to a rigorous clinical standard. In fact, a pioneer and absolute titan in the field of epigenetic clocks, Professor Steve Horvath, issues a very clear warning. He cautions that making this a massive consumer trend before the underlying science is fully robust is extremely dangerous. Why? Because people might take unproven or heavily restricted medical measures based entirely on a commercial app's flawed guess at their biological age. Professor Horvath emphasizes that these consumer numbers absolutely cannot replace a trained doctor's diagnosis, nor can they perfectly predict your actual mortality. They are estimates, guys, not gospel. So, what can we do? Section 6, Reversing Aging, the Fountain of Youth. If the wearable tech and home DNA kits are mostly just fun snapshots that we shouldn't fully rely on clinically, how do we actively hack our biological clocks starting today? And do it using methods the experts actually agree on? Well, science officially backs a very specific lifestyle combo to reverse aging. It involves quitting smoking immediately, eating more greens and nuts, drastically reducing your sugar intake, and maintaining daily aerobic exercise. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like the most generic doctor's advice ever. But scientifically, this is a highly targeted epigenetic strike on cellular aging. Quitting smoking protects your lungs and skin collagen, while that specific combination of greens, healthy fats, low sugar, and cardio physically alters those light switches on your DNA. And this routine isn't just about feeling good on the surface or fitting into an old pair of jeans. Think of chronic inflammation as a slow, smoldering fire quietly burning inside your cells, degrading your biological systems year after year. This scientifically proven lifestyle combination actively floods your brain and tissues with vital oxygen, drastically boosts your blood flow, and essentially pours a giant bucket of water right on that smoldering fire. It extinguishes the chronic inflammation that is the hidden culprit quietly eroding your cells every single day. Ultimately, all these tests, whether you're pinching the skin on your hand, spitting into a test tube, or feeding smartwatch data into a complex AI, they just take a snapshot of who you are right now. Your chronological birth certificate? Yeah, that's set in stone. But the speed of your biological clock is firmly in your hands. So the ultimate question I want to leave you with today is this. What habit are you going to change today to rewrite your biological age tomorrow?